Oof, where to start with this one? Texas senators have unanimously passed a bill that, if signed into law, could make several games, anime, and manga series illegal to own in the state. The bill bans any obscene depiction of a minor or someone who looks like one. What defines as obscene? Forget the sexual stuff. Do anime characters getting into fights and getting blood all over their bodies count as obscene? Because that applies to most anime these days, so I guess by using this bill, Texas wants to just ban all of them. Material or a performance that, taken as a whole, lacks serious literary, artistic, political, and scientific value. Yeah, who defines something having literary, artistic, political, and scientific values? It's clearly not these freaking policymakers, that's for sure. Some say that this bill only applies to definitively identifiable real-life children. Honestly, a lot of these things are still open to interpretation and speculation. Loads of people are worried because this bill might ban the stuff they love. Others are not as worried because they only attack specific stuff that are actually illegal. At this point, who knows? We'll have to see how they're going to implement this bill in the future, if it will become the law at some point. In the meantime, learn how to sail the freaking seas for all the Texans out there. The Texas bill that could make anime, games, and manga to be banned and illegal to own in that state has some people reacting in the dumbest of ways. Maybe you shouldn't sexualize children, real or not. Bro, this issue extends beyond depicting fictional minors in sexualized situations. There are loads of games, manga, and anime depicting fictional minors in all sorts of dangerous situations that would fit the definition of obscene. We're dealing with boomers here. They'll find anything satanic and demonic as obscene. One of the most popular anime of this generation literally has juju in the title. That's not very Christian if you ask me. I guess those people should watch Fire Force instead. That's a very Christian anime. There's a nun character in it. You people did this to yourself with your maps BS. I have no idea why you bring maps. They have nothing to do with sexualized fictional characters. They want the real thing. That's why they are bad. It's very telling that you're upset about a law to protect children from being sexualized under the premise that it's just a drawing. Hold on a second. Protects children? How are you protecting children by banning games and anime? Can you explain that logic to me? Unless you're talking about protecting fictional children, which, I mean, have you seen any anime in the last 5 years? To suggest that anime characters are being protected in their shows is like saying horror movie characters are totally safe from harm and danger. This whole comment is just hilarious. Ships that would be illegal in real life shouldn't exist in fiction in the first place. That's true. You know what? Murder shouldn't exist in fiction too, because that's also illegal in real life, right? Child soldiers? Animal cruelty? Oh no, that's just immoral. Guess what fiction is based off of? Real life. Well, I guess I should stop playing games where I kill people then, because that is based in real life.
I want to apologize.
Just don't be weird. Is it that hard? Sorry to say this, but most people are weird in their own different ways. Otherwise, they wouldn't be people. You're just gonna have to deal with that. Go date your sibling, you nasty ass. Here's another phenomenon of antis not being able to distinguish between fictional characters and reality. If you're still not getting it, then let me make it obvious to you. Just because I like fictional incest doesn't mean I wanna bang my real-life siblings. Speaking of siblings, here's another hoopla about siblings in anime. Prisma Ilya. Because Ilya always got wrecked in, well, every single fate route, she deserves a much better fate, no pun intended. Like her own Magical Girl series. Despite being just a spin-off, Prisma Ilya somehow managed to be a great magical girl anime in and of itself, that initially started off as something cutesy, fun, and adorable, but then it gets really grim, dark, and serious, like its brother series. Some even say that it's the only good thing that came out of the Fate franchise. Anyway, there's a new movie coming out from the Prisma Ilya series, and this guy has concerns. Get this out of here. I'm not trying to see Shirou get with a minor. Cancel immediately. Bro, I think you're barking on the wrong Fate spinoff. I get that people always complain that Fate is this really complicated mess of a franchise with loads of confusing spinoffs and adaptations. It's really not. And Prisma Ilya is among the least complicating Fate spinoffs to figure out. Shirou is not the protagonist here. I don't think he even knows that Ilya is doing her magical girl stuff in the series. I don't know what makes you think this way. I'm pretty sure it's because you confused this spinoff with the slice of life cooking one. Definitely the wrong raunchiest and naughtiest of them all. Alright, enough with all these anime hooplas. We got plenty more other hooplas where that came from. But as always, if you liked the video so far, don't forget to click the like button, comment, subscribe, and leave a $1 tip through any of these means, links below. The state of Twitter X under Elon Musk is utterly depressing. But don't worry guys, Elon Musk is totally open for feedback. He's not just gonna let Twitter X to be populated by everyone that aligns with his political opinions and no one else. Get rid of porn! That is not a good suggestion. It's already pretty bad that Indonesia is limiting visibility to a lot of the accounts that I follow in this awful website, and now you want to make things way worse by wanting to ban my daily vice. Boost real users with verified identities. Yeah, maybe just ditch the whole Twitter blue verification thing. The rest of the suggestions aren't that bad, aside from the fact that this account couldn't count past 3. What is this, Leisure Shoot Larry? But putting the removal of porn as the top priority shows where you're landing in this grand scheme of things. Moving on from Elon Musk mismanaging Twitter, we have plenty of relationship hooplas that are just utterly mismanaged. Oh wow, this video pops up again. Or at least a video of this style. Remember this one? It's where the woman slips in a ring for marriage and then gets vision about the horrors of marriage. Oh no, I have to clean the toilets, I have to wash the dishes, take out the trash, wipe the tables, pick up the dirty sheets, adjusting the plastic bag for the bin. Yeah, screw it, marriage is not for me. I already talked about this a while back, but what's new with this video is a different perspective that I didn't consider. You're cleaning your own messes. You're not cleaning someone else's pee off the floor, their dirty clothes scattered everywhere, zero help from them, etc. Who the hell are you dating that they have to pee on the floor? Your cat? Realistically, this is something that babies or kids will most likely do, unless you're dating a freak who loves to piss on the floor, in which case you have bigger issues. Assuming that we're talking about kids, you're gonna have to clean them anyway. When they're older, you have to discipline them because otherwise, they're gonna make your life a miserable hell. But I do agree with the general point that this is less about how annoying it is to clean up your own mess, it's about how annoying it is to clean up someone else's mess. Either your lazy slob significant other or your kids. That is something the video should have emphasized, but since we only see the woman cleaning what seems to be her own stuff and not her husband's or her kids, the point is lost to a lot of people. The lesson that can be taken out of this video is that long-term relationships is about how much you're willing to put up with your partner's BS and how much they're willing to put up with yours. If you can't deal with other people's BS, there's really nothing wrong with being single. At least that hoopla is about the marriage life. But before you even get to the life of marriage, you need to get someone first. This person is struggling for a partner. When you see a single man, 34 years old, that has no kids, ask yourself, why? Bro, you're not that special. There are plenty of old men that don't have kids at that age. Relationships are a lot of work. It's definitely not for everyone. But if you really want to sacrifice your mind and soul into it, then I recommend literally going out and talking to people. Online dating is awful, and it'll only show the most terminally online people alive. And those people are awful. Why does he not have a girlfriend or wife at 34? I literally don't care, bro. I'm not asking those questions. That's your own values that you put up to yourself, and you're projecting it to everyone. If you're single at 34, nothing wrong with that. I know people who are like that, even family members. If you want a relationship, go out and talk to people. Women cheat emotionally with social media, and their friends who tell the man's business too. Maybe don't date women that are addicted to social media. I have waited to find someone to be with whom I trust enough to be the mom of my kids and my partner in life. That's your biggest mistake. You're waiting for them to come to you rather than you actively coming to them. So I have waited and continue to wait. What are you waiting for? Why are you waiting? Go out there and talk to women. This is why you are single. Am I the asshole, or am I the one you look at it and have no clue anything about him? They have no clue about you because you don't talk to them and tell them who you are. You absolute clown. You're not some famous celebrity. You're a nobody. You want to be a somebody to someone? Then talk to them and get them to wanting to know you. Stop waiting and start talking. The loneliness epidemic starts to hit men in a really bad way. Does anyone wish or get jealous of women because they never have to experience true loneliness? Yeah, because women never experience true loneliness. I wish for a friend, someone to be cool with or talk to, a smoke buddy if you will. then go out there and literally find one. You're not gonna find it lying down and staying on your ass all day. You're not the only lonely people in this godforsaken world. I see women at my job having the ability to hug each other and have touch. Oh wow, you really don't know, do you? Those women hugging each other up front, that's only what you see on the surface. Behind the scenes, they're actually planning to stab each other. What I would do for a hug. Good lord, you are pathetic. I feel like women have life on easy mode. I don't even disagree, but nothing good will come out of your life if you keep blaming women for your own misfortune. Who's going to love me, a 32-year-old male? Buddy, if this is what you're typing, then it shows that you don't even love yourself. How will people love you if you can't even love yourself? I love my dog. She's perfect in every way. That's a great start, actually. Go out in the park and play with your dog. Having a pet that you love right next to you is an instant charisma boost. You can definitely start with that. I get that people online can be really lonely, and you're gonna have to bait these lonely men for interactions, but man, these interaction baits can be really stupid. Imagine you are in the office, and your wife sends you this picture. I guess this is a picture of your wife and your kid, but what I find weird about this picture is who's taking the photo? Did they set the timer and put the phone in the bed? It's a bit high on the bed. I guess they put it at the top of the headrest, but it's a lot of hassle. A selfie would have been a lot easier. Going back to the hypothetical scenario, I'm not sure what point you want to make here. Is it one of those traditional family fantasies where you have your beautiful wife and kid waiting for you at home? Buddy, if that's a fantasy for you, then you really have to fix your love life. The fact that she looks 14 is central to this fantasy, by the way. No, she doesn't. She looks young, yes, but 14? It's a bit of a stretch. 250 plus likes on a tweet fantasizing about having a 12-year-old wife and a premature malnourished baby? Bro, are we even looking at the same picture? What's very funny about this picture is that apparently this is a picture of an OnlyFans model that neglected her kids when she's doing a photo shoot. I looked it up to verify, and yes, every bit of information there is true. I even found the OnlyFans photos that she took in the jungle while she neglected her babies. OnlyFans leak websites exist, Sims. Stop ruining your finance for e-girls there. And that's all for the video today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it to the end, here's a cat. Before we close this video, huge thanks to all these wonderful sponsors. You are all fantastic. If you want to see your name among these legends, then check out the links below, just $1. And you have supported this channel a lot. Seriously, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all next time.